Life is a game, just play along. Jumping over hurdles, humming a beautiful song. Sometimes you roll a 6, sometimes you roll a 1. It's all part of the game. Start anew and keep having fun. Hi, I'm Akanksha and this is my story. Born into a naval family, I lived the first 22 years of my life in so many different cities along the Indian peninsula, making so many friends that I was sure I'll never be alone no matter where I went. My parents are my pillars of strength, who've provided me and my brother with the best of everything. Not carved for a tech world, I always wanted to do something creative, connect with nature, thanks to my father who always encouraged us to be outdoors, and raise a happy family of my own. Yes, I always wanted that, and I've been lucky that all of these 3 wishes came true. I'm married to an amazing man who is the most selfless person in this world, full of love, energy, and positivity, always. An interior designer by profession, I enjoy being outdoors the most. There is nothing more satisfying to me than long walks, hiking, or just sitting by the ocean and watching a sunset. I love photography. I dabble a few lines writing poetry. Traveling with friends and spending time with my family and playing board games with my boys. It's such a delight to watch your children grow, to reminisce how worried your parents used to be for you, and now you doing the same for your children. Life has come a full circle. And just when you think you have everything planned and life is perfect the way you had envisioned it to be, it throws a curveball, one that you have to hit right out of the stadium.
So that was a perfect picture, Ashi. What did life throw at you that disturbed that perfect picture?
It was soon after my son's 13th birthday, June 1st. And it was just a self-examination at home, and I felt the need to go see a doctor. And after a series of scans and blood work, a few days later, the news was broken to us that it's a lymphoma. And that is what shook the picture. It came as a shock because I never felt ill. I had a very disciplined life. And then suddenly this was, thrown upon us. And I was like, why me?
Mm-hmm.
Why of all the people me? But it turned our lives upside down. But there's always a reason why things happen. And I learned that over the journey.
Shocking to you as it was, I'm sure it was shocking to your family, to your 2 little boys and your husband and your extended family. Share with us the experiences that you all went through, that you went through alone, and the experiences that you had with the family as you all accepted this news.
When we got the news, we cried. My husband and I, we both cried. When people talk about, I saw life shatter in front of my eyes, or I saw my life slipping away. It's very scary when you experience it. And I experienced it that afternoon when we got the news. I could only see my 2 boys in front of my eyes, only 2 of them. I had so many plans, I wanted to see my little one go to school. He started school this year and he goes to kindergarten. I wanted to see my older one become a black belt. He's toiled for 7 hard years. And he was testing this December, and all of this happened in June. I wanted to see that. It was hard when we broke the news to both the boys. Of course, my older one is old enough to understand the severity of the disease. He reads a lot, so he knew what it was. He cried. He thought that he's going to lose his mom. And my husband assured him that, nothing of this sort is going to happen and Mama will be just fine.
Mm. Mm.
My little one was and still is too little to comprehend the whole thing. For him, one side was the coronavirus, and one side were these germs that Mama had gotten sick with.
Mm.
So he was stuck between the virus and the germs. And my in-laws were very supportive. They kind of just, took over, and the kids were, cared for. The house was handled, and like we could just get up and go for our appointments without even thinking where the kids
Mm.
left, or
Mm.
grandparents were home. My friends, everyone was like taken aback. What? But Sophie, not even one of them, not even one friend of mine said that, Ashi, you will be fine, you can fight it. It was always, we will fight it. As far as my parents are concerned, my dad knew all along what was happening. From my first ultrasound to my diagnosis, he was involved. But my mom is not going to like this when she hears this. But we told my mom only after we got a confirmed diagnosis.
How long was your treatment, Ashi? How long was it? And what is it? What are the experiences you face as you go through this treatment?
With the kind of lymphoma that I was diagnosed,
Mm.
we decided to go with a very aggressive treatment. And given my age on my side, my health, my lifestyle, everything being a big positive on my
Mm-hmm.
side,
Mm-hmm.
we went with a very aggressive treatment. It lasted about 5 to 6 months,
Okay.
and chemo is a monster. It kills you from inside, it kills you from outside. It has the power to kill your spirit, your soul, everything.
Oh.
For a person who lived life with discipline, no drinking, no smoking, no drugs, no eating out, only home cooked food, exercising at least 50 minutes a day for all these years,
Mm-hmm.
here I was, popping in pills and being poked with needles every other week for blood work and infusion. And it was painful. Yeah, there were times. So between my chemo sessions were 3 weeks apart.
Okay.
So the first week of the chemo was dreadful, dreadful. The first session that I had, I thought I will not make the 6 sessions. I thought, this is it. I'm done,
Mm-hmm.
because I think it was the fear of the unknown. Like, you knew that these side effects will happen,
Mm-hmm.
but you did not know the extent, the intent of the side effects, how how aggressive they're going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I even landed up in the hospital during the first infusion because my body could not take it. But so all that is there, there are days when you can't breathe, you can't walk, you're only throwing up. But if you have the support, if you have the strength, I feel you can do it. I was very scared that when chemo makes its physical appearance, when I start losing my hair, my
Mm-hmm.
eyelashes, my eyebrows, how is it going to feel? Maybe I will be able to fight with it, because I know that there is no other way out. I only have to get past the line. I cannot go back.
Mm-hmm.
How will my kids face? Will they get scared? Will they run away from me? Will they never come
All
near me?
real. Mm.
I mean, those are the things I was thinking about.
Mm.
And but I also wanted to face it bravely. you know my husband told me that, why don't you shave off your head, even before it starts to fall off. So I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Then one day, me and my husband decided, okay, let's shave it off. And I had my friends on video call with me, and they were all ready to shave off their heads. I said, no
Oh.
one is going to do it. I said, please, no one is going to do it. I was very scared. So I told them, no one is going to shave. So I closed my eyes and my husband shaved off my head. And he said that, I mean, you want to open your eyes? He held on to my hand. He said, you're looking beautiful. And I had ordered a wig because I did not know how I'm going to face it. I was scared too. So I had ordered a wig before that. And he said, everything is ready here. If you don't want to open your eyes, you want to put your wig on directly, because I had never seen myself bald. He's like, that is okay too. If you don't want to wear it, you want to embrace the look, that is okay too, whatever you are comfortable with. And all my friends said, just open your eyes. You look beautiful. And I opened my eyes, and Sophie, I cannot tell you, I felt liberated. I felt as if I am in control of the disease. And, the cancer is not in control of me. You cannot do anything. And I think that day onward, there was no looking back, no looking back. I just knew it, that I just had it in me. I could do it. I could do it. Yeah. And then a friend of mine also shaved off his head, for all the love and support that he had. Yeah. The way the chemo drugs work, you have to be away from any physical contact for 48 hours. And so before the first chemo, before we went to the hospital, so my husband sat down with both the boys and he explained to them that, when mama comes back, she needs rest, and, you cannot just go and hug her or sit next to her. So my older one understood, but Naman, my younger one, he was like, what do you mean I cannot touch her? So then my husband said that you cannot hug mama when she comes, like you always do. So he said that, can I sit on the bed with her? And my husband said, no, you cannot share the bed with her. Can I sit on the chair that's in your room? And my husband said, no, you cannot sit on the chair. Can I stand next to her and, just talk to her? And my husband said, no, you have to maintain a distance. Can I just follow her wherever she goes? And I just cried. I was there, and I said, yes, Naman, you can follow me wherever I go, you can follow me.
What you said was one day at a time. That was what you titled it. And that's what caught my attention as I watched your video and your inspiring story. You've explained all these emotions that you went through and all the things that you had to endure. How did you reach that moment when you said, okay, one day at a time? How did you get to that point?
So I will not lie that it was, I've been positive all throughout the journey. No, I did have my ups and downs, and the journey did not start on a positive note. It was very negative. I was like full of negativity, and I was like, no, it's not going to work out. And so, interestingly, I have a Bougainvillea plant in our front yard, and it never blooms, never. The day I was diagnosed, the first Bougainvillea, the first flower bloomed. But instead of seeing the positive that the flower bloomed, it's a sign that everything will be good. I told my husband the flower bloomed because I'm not going to live to see the next flower, the next time it blooms.
Oh, no. Okay.
It was all negative. It was all negative. I told my husband that I drove my son for his taekwondo classes all these 7 years. But you hear of stories, right, that when you work so hard and then sometimes you don't see the end result. This is what is going to happen to me. I'm not going to be here in December to see him become a black belt. But then my husband, all he's a big he's the positivity in my life. He even now he tells me that, you know, let's deal with the pain today. We don't
Hmm.
know what tomorrow has in store. If it comes tomorrow, we will deal with it tomorrow. There is no point thinking what's going to happen tomorrow or day after or in the second infusion, third infusion, sixth infusion. Don't think about it. Deal with it one day at a time. And
Okay.
that's where I got my strength. Okay, one day at a time is what we are going to take it. Mm.
You're a passionate photographer, and you love looking through lenses. I'm sure you see everything beautiful through your lens as you go out and take pictures. What kind of lens do you look at the world uh, now? Through what lens do you look at the world as a survivor?
Live today like there is no tomorrow. So I have now, started telling myself that, live today like there is no tomorrow. Give that hug today, make that phone call today, play with your kids today. Don't wait for the weekend. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, day after.
Absolutely right, yes.
you know
Ashi, it's like hats off to you for sharing your story. A lot of people don't want to talk about it for whatever fears that they may have.
mm,
But you have come out, and even in the middle of your treatment, that's when you made your video.
yes.
So it took a lot, I believe it took a lot of courage on your part, and a desperate need or desire to share a message of hope to the people who would see that. And that's what inspired me. You know, it's easy to share hope when everything is perfect and you know you're okay, but when you are not, to be able to say no, hang in there, this is what it is, this is real, but take it one day at a time. There are many families going through this, and it does, whether we like it or not, it does impact families, it does impact relationships between
Yes.
spouses, between
Yes.
children. It does have an effect. What is your advice to families who are going through this?
Oh my. First and foremost, I want to tell, all the caregivers out there that support and strength is what you need to show all the support and strength that you have. you know Tell them that they will be fine. Tell them that, it's just a phase. Tell
Mm,
them that they have to get past that line.
mm,
When I shaved off my head, I was scared what my children might think. And both of them, and I don't think they're biased or anything, because they gave me a very truthful answer after that. But they both said that, Mama, you look beautiful, your head is a perfect round.
that's
They
cute.
both said that you look beautiful. Even now my hair has started to grow. And before that, when I was absolutely bald, and they were like, we just hope that the hair doesn't come back. I was like, what do you mean? I want my hair back. And they're like, no, you look very pretty like this.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah.
So, it is that what gives you the strength to fight.
Mm,
When one of my closest friends shaved off his head, I mean, for a guy to shave off his head is no big deal.
mm,
But he used to shave his head every fourth day, every second day, so that he matches me.
ah,
There was no hair.
that's.
He had no hair for last 6 months.
Mm,
So, it's though, little gestures like that
mm,
make you want to fight. How can you give up when the others are not giving up on you? How
mm.
can you give up on yourself?
Actually, that was an inspiring story. I won't say was, I say that is, this is an inspiring story. And thank you for sharing it with us. Praise God, you said you thought you weren't going to be here this December. You are. and
Yes.
it's the perfect picture is back again of
It
all the
is.
wonderful
It is.
things you
My
can.
son got his black belt.
Oh, congratulations to him! So you
Thank
did see
you.
the fruit of all the labor that went
I
into
did.
it.
I did. And I will be happy if my story can uplift anybody's mood out there. If I can give even that 1% of reassurance to that person that, just hang in there and it will be fine. I know it's killing you. I know it. But just hang in there.
Hang in
One day
there
at
and
a
take.
time, you will be fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you will be fine. Yeah.
Thank you, Ashi. Thank you so much for inspiring us and encouraging each one of us, whether we have the disease or not. Sometimes we allow life's challenges to bog us down, to bring us down, and we forget to be mindful and to live in the moment and to enjoy the experiences that we have. So, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for encouraging us. Wishing you and your family the very best and all God's blessings on all of you. Thank you so much, Ashi.
Thank you, Sophie. Thank you for having me. Thank you.